Alright, hello everyone. Here we are back for some Masters tutorials here. This is going to be for the Winter Slope tournament, and it will be hole number 1 that we're going to go over right now. So the first thing that you're going to want to do here, you're going to want to have some pretty good range. You'll have to forfeit a little bit of accuracy, but going with Apocalypse here is definitely going to be favorable. Now I'm trying to think, it would be nice to put on some balls with some length that has some side spin capability. So, I'm looking in terms of, maybe like a season 2, for example. The only thing that's missing is a little bit of side spin, but we can make up for that in curl. So I'd like to hit something with just a little bit of range, but also some nice wind effect. So if you can come up with something similar, that'll be ideal. But for my second guide that I put out for you guys, I will put out modified. I'll do it with some Kingmakers. And similarly, if you have a little bit earlier a POC, that'll be okay too. You might just need to go into some power for the shot, which means really focusing on that perfect ball is going to come in pretty big. So it's something you want to be very careful of. And let's jump in here, see if we can't get an opponent. So we are going to go with a POC 5 on this shot. And let's see what they can give us here. Very slow to start up a match, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to forfeit out of the very first one. I'm not worried about matching people. I'd much rather get to a game faster than we just did. But here you can see with the angle of the wind, it's going to be a very, very challenging shot here. Length really becomes an issue. You can see my opponent has the exact same thing, but he's going to do it with, man, there's no way I called a live guy. I can't believe. After it spun 40 seconds or however long it was, I still called somebody live. It's crazy. I would have never guessed that. So, nevertheless, though, I'm not going to, run the risk of having it spin like that every single hole on Monday. So, I'm just going to forfeit out. But you can see how much power that he is going here. You almost need to go at least that much. You can get away with less. He can alter his shot just a little bit. Notice how his ball's kind of coming down a little bit low. What I try to do is try to keep it up into the fairway. So you might not need much curl here at all. If you could just set up your side spin and kind of set up your landing zone pretty good, we might just be able to get away with this altogether here. Very easily, even with a small side spin ball. So let's take a look at this. Here you can see I got a 9.8. We're going to go very close to max rings. If I was to throw numbers on this, I would just go max here, essentially. Maybe a little bit more. Max plus 20, 8.4 rings. So you're going to see me probably start to crank this up. I'm going to go into 5 for my top spin. Similarly, you can see where I'm trying to land, and let's just see what 8.4 looks like from here. Looks like I won't need power. So that's a good thing. We're going to use very, very minimal curl. As you could see from my shot, it barely was deflecting up into the rough. So let's just see how this looks for a very first look. It looks pretty good. I would have liked just a little bit more speed on that. So if I could have gone just maybe one more ring, because I do think it's going to stop just short. But you can see that the line is very good. It's going to give you a very good chance to make that. Had it just came in 1 extra yard, You can see the line, the momentum, all was really good. So I already have this one kind of dialed down. If you watch my expert guides, I never, even on 2 attempts, it took me, I wasn't able to get it dialed. But here you can see with only 1 attempt, the very first one, fortunately enough, I was able to kind of have an idea of what it was to do, and it kind of seems very perfect to what I just did there. So very little modifications need done. Like I mentioned, it just needs to come up that hill just a little bit more. I like to get it just a little bit deeper into that fairway before it smooths out. So you can see I was just a little bit short with where it cut through. And if you can just get it to go just a little bit, 1 extra ring, if I would have went 1 more ring there, might have been perfect. I might have made it. So good luck with that hole, guys. I'll catch you guys on hole 2.